Welcome back everyone to Angela's Craft Room. So nice for you to join me today. Now today I'm just going to take you through this really easy panel card. It's so easy but it's quite effective, and it's just amazing the difference but just by using different cardstock colours and just by using different size panels and also different designer series paper. So this one I've used rectangular panels, 3 across there as you can see, and then I've just stamped this one from the Awesomely Artistic stamp set. So I stamped out this image in Night of Navy, and then I stamped the word friend in that stamped image, and then I just cut it out and I applied it to my card with some dimensionals just to pop it up a little bit. And then just for some little bit of extra bling, I've just put some jewel rhinestones on the side there. Now I don't know if you can see, but in the center of the really big flowers I've actually put some regal enamel shapes. Now you get a packet of these and you just get so many different colors. It's just amazing. And then in the smaller flowers, if you can see, I've put some rhinestones. So just to give you some idea, because the card we're making is going to look completely different. So the card is just the normal 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4 1/4, and I'm just going the landscape layout. So I then put my first panel of Night of Navy on the front of the card, and then I put I cut myself just a little smaller. It's not even me worth giving you the measurements, because it's just, you just measure your card. Usually I normally would go down by 1/4 of an inch, but this time, because I was going to be putting the panels on, I went down like most probably not even 1/8 of an inch. So, but just to give you an idea, I had a piece of Night of Navy under that as a whole piece, and then I cut 3 rectangular Whisper White, and then I put my DSP on top of that. So just as an approximation, the Whisper White panels are 3 7/8 by about 1.5, and then the DSP is 3 3/4 by just a smidging under 1.5. So it just gives you an idea anyway. So let's get started on our card. Now this time I thought I'd use different shape panels. Now I've gone with Early Espresso this time, and we're going to go in the portrait. So the other one I just showed you is landscape. Now we're going to go into the portrait shape. So I've just got my normal card. I'll just zoom out a little bit. My normal card, which is 8.5 by 5.5 inches and scored at 4 1/4. And then just, whoops, just using your bone folder, of course. Just give it a nice crease. Now I'll give you the measurements, but really it's just up to you. You can just do it as you go. I cut a piece of Early Espresso. As you can see, I've already cut it into my panels, but I cut a piece of Early Espresso out like that, and then I just worked out what the panels would be. So that piece of Early Espresso was approximately 4 inches by 5 1/4, just if you like to know. Then each panel, then I cut each panel down to 2 inches by 2 5/8. Okay, so that gave me my 4 equal panels. And then I used some of the new Moroccan Designer Series paper, and I cut those down to 1 7/8 by 2.5 inches. But as I said, it just depends what you want to do. So that's going to go on the front of the card. So then you've got to work out where you really want to put a sentiment. And I think I'm going to switch being Stampin' Up Designer Series paper. It's double-sided, which is awesome. So I might just have one like that, but it's just working out. So we'll just apply them using some snail. To the Early Espresso. And if you look on the back of your packs of Designer Series paper, it will give you the names of the corresponding cardstock. So it just makes your life so much easier. So I'm just going to, I don't want to do it too quickly because I don't want to make a mess of it. But this is just such an easy card to do. It's great if you're teaching classes too. It's an easy card for the ladies to learn. And just lately I've been getting asked to do some simple cards that they can go home and do, especially people that are only just starting out in craft. So, you know, we all like, me myself, I just love the more than one fold cards, but we've got to remember those people that are just starting out, and we need to, you know, try and do some easy cards for them as well. So this one I'm going to actually do on the other side because I want to put a sentiment on one of them. Okay, so I'll bring back in my card. Okay, now just got to work out where you want these. There's no wrong, or you don't have to match up the circles, which I like to sort of turn them around a bit. You can even have your sentiment up the top if you want to. No, I don't really want it to look so uniform, that's the thing. And then if I have that one there, and I have the sentiment there, or will I have that over there, and then that into there, maybe. Yeah, might do it like that. So, oh, got a little bit of adhesive on my grid paper there. So, I'm just going to zoom out a little bit. So just adding your snail to the back. Once you decide where you want it, now using your grid paper, just line up your grid paper with your card so that you've got to see how far You want them all to be able to fit on there. So I think about there for that one. Then I'll just add some more adhesive. So you can see it's such an easy card to make, and I call it a divider panel card, but I don't even know where I got that name from. I most probably made it up. But you just however you're happy with, and just remember how I did the rectangle panels on the first one, but this one I'm doing, it's not an actual square, but it's a bit like a square, isn't it? Just so I think I'll put this one over here. Now I want to line it up a little bit with the one above, but it's got to fit on the bottom of the card too. Right, and then we just want to put this one there, and why I turned it over and glued it on the opposite side of the designer series paper was because I felt that the other side was just going to be too busy of a pattern to put a sentiment on there. But that's just me. There's no rules in craft. It's just, I'm just trying to give you some ideals. Okay, so we've got our 4 panels on there. Now, I did go ahead before I came on camera, and out of the bunch of banner framelits, this is one of the new ones with all the banners. I've just used the tiny one. I use it quite a lot, and I stamped and cut out a little hello. Welcome back everyone. Sorry about that. My camera died on me I was nearly to the end of the tutorial. So I've checked the tutorial and I've managed to record how I adhered all the panels for you. And as I was saying, that I use this little banner here, comes from the bunch of banner dies, and I use this one quite a lot. So it's really a good set to get. Then I just stamped the word hello. Just zoom in a bit for you. The word hello there, and just adhered that with some snail adhesive. And then with the elegant butterfly, with the butterfly I actually stamped the butterfly first, and then I punched it out with the elegant butterfly Stampin' Up punch, and then I just adhered a few little pearls down his body there. Now you can get the packets of pearls from Stampin' Up, and they do have like 3 rows that are joined together, and for the butterfly body they're perfect because you just need to cut off about 3 of those, and then you can just adhere them to his body. So that's the panel card, and it's really an effective card. As you remember, the first one I showed you was in the landscape design, and we use more of the rectangular shape, and then we did this one which is more in the square shape using the Moroccan Designer Series paper on this one. And yeah, so you can see how different they can turn out, like just by using that one technique. So I hope you'll try that technique, and I hope you'll have fun making the cards, and I really look forward to seeing you next time.